Jack.
I call him Jack.
You're one of my best friends.
A husband.
My grandfather.
Grandfather.
My grandfather.
My Zeta.
Zeta.
Great Zeta.
He's very confident.
Very confident.
A blessing.
He's a good dad.
My father.
My father.
The best friends.
Lovey.
Unforgettable.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Just brilliant.
Very intelligent.
Everybody.
Awesome.
It's unforgettable.
We can't really describe him in one word because, like, he's more than one word. He has absolutely wonderful stories to share with everybody.
He's an amazing storyteller.
Fantastic storyteller.
I just enjoy listening to your every word.
He tells a good story. And he's like a really good storyteller.
I think in every single occasion that I've ever seen him, he tells some story or another.
Jack is a tremendous and very interesting storyteller.
Storyteller.
And you go and you tell the stories of long ago.
And he's a good storyteller. Tells the kids great stories. I remember all those times down the shore with Rachel staring up at him with her little, like, 6-year-old eyes and hearing these great stories.
He's a writer.
He recalls detail very well.
He wrote a novel at 80 years of age.
The fact that he was able to write a book as he approached his 80th year.
From his life has come many anecdotes that are charming and are incorporated into his novel.
A book that I considered very, very entertaining.
The character has his mores and his sense of right and sense of duty.
Racy. The sex scenes were a little uncomfortable for me, honestly.
And a tantalizing look at the inner edges of the smooth globes of her breasts.
Gross.
Scandalous.
I really like the story he wrote about the Mars watch, about how he went out sailing and he saw Mars.
He tells stories of his childhood friends when he was growing up in South Philadelphia.
One was about a ghost who didn't really do anything, but he gave people a scare.
He worked in a restaurant on the boardwalk in Atlantic City and got into an argument with one of the busboys or something in the restaurant and ended up getting stabbed in the back. He has a big scar on his shoulder blade on the right side. That was always a fascinating story for me as a child.
Every year for our birthday, he would give us a letter.
They would always be stories about
that would tell us what he was doing that year when he was that age.
What had been going on in his life when he was my age at the time.
I remember loving getting them.
I have no idea how he remembered.
He used to tell me all these stories that I would love. A lot of them were about a whale named Grimsey, and he made all these shells for me, painted with Grimsey, and then on the back of them had all these pictures of us. I still have the shell.
He's a good athlete.
He's a biker.
I remember I saw him bike on the boardwalk.
I would say Renaissance man.
Multi-talented.
It's more what can't he do?
He's a very good artist.
He can do graphic arts. I came across a cartoon that he drew in New Yorker style that was a man and a woman in a convertible with a flock of birds flying overhead, and the woman says to the man, "I think we better put the top up."
He's a sailor.
Once he took me on his boat, the Innisfree.
He's a sailor.
Like, being on the boat was really cool. It was like one of the best experiences of my life.
My fondest memory of my Zeta and I are probably when we would take walks in the creek and we would each get a walking stick. We would just explore and look for things in the creek.
He taught me how to play chess. He was like one of the first people that taught me how to play chess, but he beat me. I don't think I've won every time. No, maybe I have. He let me win like twice or 3 times. Just kidding, he let me win every time.
He's actually a pretty emotional guy.
Romantic? Not so much.
Doesn't exactly display that side of his personality very often.
and loves our mom.
Oh, snazzy dresser, with my help.
Debonair.
A lot of panache.
Very warm, enveloping smile.
He's very upstanding. He's very trustworthy. I mean, I would trust him with my life. He's super honest, really smart. I have complete faith in him. We played bullshit, that's true. He was pretty good at that, so maybe, I don't know.
Altruism.
He's the first to offer to help if someone needs it.
And he's certainly been helpful over the years in giving advice about, different investments.
Yeah!
All right, awesome.
He's always willing to help somebody.
Generosity.
I would say he's wise.
He knows everything about everything and everything else.
And I look to you as someone that I can get counsel from.
He gives us advice when we ask.
Wise.
Your wisdom.
So innately fair.
An innate sense of fairness.
You've always been available for good counseling.
Many people have come to him in roles so that he would act as a judge or an arbitrator or a King Solomon type.
And it's good counsel.
He is someone I think that a lot of people see as a leader.
I've seen him solve problems in a very mild-mannered way.
He's helped me in business several times over the years.
People have sought him out over the years to resolve disputes, even in court.
He's also very knowledgeable about business.
Finances or buying or selling.
Business advice with our company.
Even if it costs him personally more, he does what he thinks is right. Jack has an amazing work ethic.
I love his work ethic.
A workaholic.
Work ethic.
Hardworking.
Works all the time.
Believes he can work his way out of any problem.
Jack works because he loves it. And after he had back surgery a couple years ago, he was distraught because he said, I don't know what to do. I'm not putting in a whole day of work. And he says, well, I go in at 5 o'clock as usual, but by 1 o'clock, I have to go home. That's like a 9-hour day. That's a full day.
He's a little negative sometimes.
Some people, of course, see the glass as half full. I would say that Jack sees the glass as half obliterated.
I don't think I would say pessimist. I think I would say truthful.
I'm his, what would you call it, his voice of reason.
He's still traumatized that he was retained in kindergarten. He still thinks that he's not that bright.
Has a good sense of humor.
Very dry, and in some respects, dark sense of humor.
What do you say when you're falling off a bridge?
What?
Shit.
He's funny.
He's funny.
Jack has a very irreverent sense of humor.
Well, when we were kids, it was always the Jaime and Schmendrick's joke.
Did you poop in your pants today?
Well, if the joke has the word toilet in it, he's going to laugh.
I didn't poop in my pants today.
Jack has used a lot of inappropriate jokes with my children.
Oh, there was like this one about these like 3 Yiddish men, like Chuck, Buck, and I think one of their names ended up being Fuck or Schmuck. That's like the highlight of the story, because he cursed.
Did you poop in your pants today?
Wait, let me squeeze this. I thought you said you didn't poop in your pants today. What's this?
My brother Robert told a joke that everybody thought was funny except my father. So I said to Robert, tell it again and use the word toilet.
No, I pooped in my pants yesterday.
I didn't poop in my pants today. I did it tomorrow.
Pooping in your pants. That's a sense of humor.
Why do you think he's funny, Sophia?
I don't know. I just wanted to say something.
He's just the most incredible man that I think I've ever met.
We love you, Jack.
And he's a lot of fun to be with.
I think it only takes a short amount of time to be in his presence to understand that he's a very extraordinary person.
He's just awesome for reasons that are indescribable.
It's been nice to see the kids develop a relationship that many generations apart from them.
Everybody thinks of him as the consummate businessman and the ultimate professional, which of course he is. There's just a lot more.
Jack is just a great guy.
So what else could you ask for in a dad?
We're really lucky to have Jack in our lives. He's just great.